Your child a natural-born entertainer? Now is their chance to join the most talented youth dance crew in the Mid-South, the Blue Bunch. The Blue Bunch entertains Grizz Nation with their energetic dance routines and even have the opportunity to collaborate on performances with leading artists in the entertainment industry. Kids ages 7 to 17 are invited to show off their skills and personality for their chance to join the next generation of NBA entertainers. Open auditions are Saturday, June 28th. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
With a knockaway.
Good defense.
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic R&D-I-O. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Are you ready? Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
The First Ladies of FedEx Forum, the Grizz Girls, are known across the NBA for setting the standard for professional dance and entertainment, and they are looking for dancers to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. With the chance to gain professional dance experience and connect with the Memphis community, auditioning for the Grizz Girls is an opportunity you do not want to miss. Come show up at Open Call Auditions Saturday, July 26th at the Memphis Sports and Events Center. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Jalen Wells is in studio right now. You took on tough, if not the toughest defensive assignment. When did you realize that would be your role?
And that's what I was working towards since training camp. I was trying to guard Dez, I was trying to guard Ja whenever I could, even if they're blowing by me, overpowering me. I really didn't care, because I was a rookie. So it's like, that's what's going to happen to a rookie.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
Here we go. It's noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It is the Thursday, May 29th, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, well, we have our Western Conference finalists, and it is our beloved Oklahoma City Thunder as they trashed the Minnesota Timberwolves last night in Oklahoma City, and they will sit around for a week waiting for their Eastern Conference opponent. We have a Game 5 in the Knicks versus the Pacers tonight at Madison Square Garden. We'll get to that. There's a ton of football news that came out today because schedules dropped for the upcoming college football season. So we'll take a look at some of those. It gets you excited to even think about all these games that are going to be coming up this fall. We will get to all the news and notes today. It's a Thursday. It's kind of overcast, but smile. Let's do it. Turn it up. Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, bunch of stuff to get to on the show today, not the least of which is that we have a NBA Finals participant that has already punched their ticket as of last evening. And then we have a Game 5 that is going on tonight in Madison Square Garden. Bunch of stuff to get to on the show today before I get to anything. I'll welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, Senor Sack, Johnny Backpole, Johnny Bearcat, the Grim Roser, John Asparagus, Johnny Nick Carp, John Lance. He's Dr. Thunder. He's Yogi Roser. Hello, John. What?
You can't copyright karaoke. Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Thunder.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Thunder.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Thunder. Thunder.
Wow, wow, wow.
Thunder.
Wow, wow.
Thunder. You're the worst. You know what that reminds me of? Hey, it reminds me of that Instagram video that I love so much where the guy walks in, he's like, all right, guys, so we've got our name, AC/DC. Who should be the lead singer? And they like scroll over the guy's like, yeah. I don't know, guys. It could be any of us.
Yeah,
Devin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler. Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Math, Navojo, the reporter, the photographer. He's Walker 93.
Before I get to the actual stuff that's happening, I want to give a shout out. Enough local news gets pooped on in the city. It's always the bad stuff. So let's highlight a good thing that's happening. Did you know, Verno and Roser, the #1 international jazz band resides in your city? Did you know that? Yes or no?
No.
That's a question. Yes or no?
The #1 international jazz band?
Yeah, Central High School.
Oh, that's this is old.
Yeah, you're 2000.
Calkins wrote about that 2 weeks ago.
No, I'm acknowledging it today because they're having a concert. See, that's why y'all over there having a concert tonight at the New Daisy Theater to celebrate their accomplishment at 6 o'clock. That's why
it's the first event at the New Daisy Theater since me and Kevin O'Connor's podcast.
It really is.
I haven't heard of another thing that's happened there
But the
since.
Central High School
We opened it up and shut it down the same night.
Are you going to be there, Dev?
No, I'm just showing love, bro. It's enough bad news in the city, bro. We just trying to show
you're-
love, bro.
No, you're showing love with your words, not with your actions.
Your actions probably have you going to
y'all didn't know
Nashville.
what was happening?
Go
You
over
going to
there.
Nashville? You going to
Boy,
go back to Nashville
might.
tonight?
Nashville,
I
Dev.
might slide over there. Central. I might be there, bro. I might pull up.
Nashville, Dev. Hey, wait, maybe one of the high schools in Nashville has an awesome
No,
band.
I'm good on that. But yeah, it's all good. But yo, shout out to Central High School, bro.
Shout out to Central
the
High School.
hardest
Central High School.
jazz band in the international, bro. They get one of the
Internet. You don't even know what
that
won.
means.
They won the competition in New York.
What is
and they won it.
international jazz? What is that?
Rosa, we know you hate jazz music. It's fine.
That's not true, actually. But what is international jazz? No, I don't. I'm a Dave Matthews fan. They play kind of jazz.
They don't play jazz music.
Yeah, they do have a little bit of jazz. Yes, they do.
No, I mean, really, look,
There's
it's
jazz to 'em, yes.
anything that bores you can be called jazz.
Yeah, you don't like jazz, Devin. Quit acting
Yeah.
like you enjoy jazz.
And-
You're not at like the Evergreen Lounge listening to jazz music. I've never heard you come back on a Monday and be like, yo, I checked out this jazz bar. I was at this jazz bar this weekend that was happening.
It's happening again. It's happening again.
What is?
It's happening again.
What's happening?
The thing.
What thing?
We have a name for these moments, but we can't say it on the air. We can't say
Getting under your skin?
Nah, that's not what we're going to call it. We're going to call it for something else. But, yo, have so much fun watching my guy Anthony Edwards get cooked last night.
Oh, go throw that in the toilet.
No, bro. This is a great gift from a friend.
I mean, honestly, hey, I was trying to wait until the game came on last night, and so I was like killing time.
Yeah.
If you would have polled me, so the game started at 7:30 Central last night, right? Is that right?
Yeah, 7:30. Yeah.
What happened?
7:30 Central.
7:30
The
Central.
game started at 7:30 Central. If you would have asked me at 7:05 Central Standard Time, I would have for sure told you that the worst thing I watched last night was the Brett Favre documentary on Netflix.
Oh, you watched that crap?
and somehow the game was worse.
Oh, by like the second minute, like the 2-minute mark.
You game planned. You corrected the errors of your ways.
And got whooped.
You got Anthony Edwards engaged again, and then you scored 9 in the first quarter.
What was it?
an ode to Tony
28-9,
Romo.
32-9.
It was an ode to your boy Tony Romo.
The Minnesota Timberwolves were no better against the Thunder than the friggin' Grizzlies were. In fact, you could argue worse because our best player got clipped out of the air when we were up by 27. We'd have gotten at least one win. Everybody freely admits we would have gotten a win if total devastation had not taken over the arena.
They got to win too.
We would have gotten a win.
Timberwolves got to win.
I'm saying we would have got. I'm saying we would have gotten one.
We've been tied.
And we played them close in 4.
Yeah, OKC gives you game 3.
Huh?
OKC gives you game 3.
Right, but then we played them close in game 4.
They got
So did they.
They
did too.
And they got whooped in game 5. Hi, I'm Anthony Edwards. I decided to shoot summer tour days when it matters most.
Oh my gosh.
Summer tour days, bro.
It was brutal. It was brutal. Well, here's the thing. I will say this. One of the things that we have learned as we are watching the playoffs unfold, and this is true of both of these teams, okay? And I will say more so, and I'm not leaving the Knicks completely for dead, but as we know, history will tell us there is a very low percentage chance that you come back from 3-1, okay? And look, they are expected to win tonight. They're 4.5-point favorites against Indiana tonight. They are expected to lose Game 6. Like, that is the most likely outcome in that series. But one of the things that we've talked about a lot with the Pacers is this ability to that there's not the natural target on defense, and there is not the natural leave that guy open, direct all the shots to him on offense, right? And so that is true of Indiana, and that is also true of what we saw in Oklahoma City. And then on the Minnesota front, I have had to, what's the word? Certainly recalibrate my thoughts on the Rudy Gobert trade, which I hated with the Fires of Seven Hells, beyond the fact, because forget what they gave up for him. Most importantly, my viewpoint, and you guys know I feel the same way about the Grizzlies, is that when you have one of these guys that is unstoppable in space, to intentionally crowd that space does not make sense to me. Right? I think you have seen these teams that have flanked out there. They either have a guy that can fly to the rim, right, and catch lobs as like a tag guy, or they have somebody that spaces out the floor completely, okay? And they had both Randall and they had Gobert, neither of which are going to space the floor, right? And then you have Anthony Edwards, who no one man is going to be able to stay in front of him, but what if I can dedicate 2 and 3 and 4 every single time? Like, to me, you look at these teams and it's like Tyrese Halliburton has all kinds of space to maneuver because there's all kinds of guys, flanked out across the line. This was how they built the Luka Mavs, right? And it was just like, this guy's here, and this guy's here, and this guy's here, and this guy's here.
And we got a rim runner.
And maybe a rim runner, right? Maybe a rim runner. And then, like, to me, it's like, get the maximum amount of shooting around these guys, and it just, like, the things that, when we talk about the playoffs exposing your faults tenfold, it's interesting that it took all the way until they got to Oklahoma City, but Oklahoma City was that team that could expose their faults tenfold. I mean, there was no area. And they turned Anthony Edwards into a decidedly average player throughout those last few games.
Rudy Gobert looked like a Chipotle worker out there.
Yeah, what can he do?
6.6 rebounds in the series, bro, average. You were 7'3", low key.
There's just, look, it is hard when the big lug has to be so awesome.
Yeah. And they wanted
otherwise,
him to get that ball in the
you're
short
playing
roll.
a lot of 4-on-5 on both ends. Because they are punishing you for having him out there, and it's like, and then you run into the team that doesn't need to go all the way to the basket in order to score, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just will feast you in the mid-range. And so now it's like, I hate drop coverage. I do. I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got exposed.
And I just think there's a limit. I think there's a limit.
You could be playing
right? Like, they had to put in Bobby Portis for Brook Lopez in the finals against Phoenix.
Yeah. And you get played off the court if you're Gobert in a series like this when it matters most.
And he is a dominant defender.
Yeah.
Right? And so I watched that unfold last night, and it's like, boy, they have kind of, and Indiana, to their credit, they've kind of got answers like this as well, right? They've got a bunch of different ways they can go. They got the roster malleability to where they can play the different ways. It's also, you know what I was thinking about last night? How underrated and terrible it was to lose Brandon Clark.
Yeah.
Because he is that, like,
no, he is the guy that can
Swiss Army knife type big.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
And it was just destructive towards the Grizzlies. That it was an outsized importance to have him as another big that could play that way. Not that it would have made a difference against Oklahoma City, but it could have made a difference in the playoffs against somebody else, right? And it probably makes a difference down the stretch of the season, more importantly.
Yeah.
It makes it, you know what I mean? Makes a difference down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, because he's short roll guy, protect the rim.
You just didn't have anybody else like
You
him.
had no.
You had nothing else like him.
He's the thing
That's
for
the
when
thing.
they
It's
play Edie off the court. Is he's the guy who can come in and he can switch on everything.
Yeah.
Right. And so you watched that last night, and, inevitably, when somebody gets mowed down like Minnesota did last night, what does it make you do? It makes you look back and you go, well, hold on now. Like, they just got mowed down by Oklahoma City. And am I crazy to think that Denver and LA, like, they had to play each other? We saw Denver be infinitely more competitive against them than Minnesota was.
Yeah.
And you'll never convince me the Clippers could not have been more competitive against them. I know. And but here's the other thing. You sit back and you look and you go, I mean, God, they plowed through the Lakers and the Warriors. And I know the Warriors lost Steph
They
Curry,
lost
right?
Curry,
They
yeah.
did. So, I mean, there's an asterisk.
There's an asterisk.
There's an asterisk next to that, and who knows what would have happened. But, I mean, what did it say about the Lakers, too? It killed the Lakers.
Yeah, they did.
Lakers were a 3 seed, right?
Like I said, I think just styles make fights. Like when the playoffs start, I feel like I take away the number beside your name now. Like now. And like there's new playoffs. I feel like whatever style you play will be, like the Pacers, for instance. They're a 5 seed, right?
Yep.
4 seed.
4 seed,
Like they're playing like a high-level basketball team. Like you wouldn't be like, well, if they face this team, it's like I feel like their style is perfect for with the situation they're in.
When you watch last night, what does it tell you? What does it make you think about this franchise right across the street?
So
I started sweating.
I get both sides of it. Like,
Does it make you feel better because you would have won a game too? And so, like, if you're doing the comparables, and we're saying, all right, this is the distance between you and Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the distance. Minnesota is going to have a come to Jesus too.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they weren't close.
I think that's
you didn't win.
Dude, they got trashed.
Every game you lost, you got thumped. You got stomped out.
Yeah.
Bad.
I think not 4.
Except 4. You got every other game you got stomped out in.
I mean, I think like the goal just needs to be like for us. Like, what is the goal?
No. I think. Look, when you go, okay, Oklahoma City. Do you look at it now, and it's almost like if somebody would have played them close, and Denver did, right? Denver took them to 7 games, but they took care of business in Game 7 against Denver handily.
Yeah.
It's almost like that if they would have been played tighter series outside of the Denver one, because they mowed down the Grizzlies and they mowed down the Timberwolves, that you would look at it and you go, all right, it's not them and everybody else. And I suppose we'll see what happens when it comes to the NBA Finals, but they're going to be the prohibitive favorite. Do you do the deal, which is forever people looked at it and they go, all right, we know what we're going to have to deal with is Golden State. Yeah. And it has been a different champion for 7 straight years. Yeah. And so there hasn't really been, since those Warriors, there hasn't been this is the team we have to get past, right? It's like Minnesota built going, look, we need guys like Gobert. We need this because the team we're going to have to beat is Denver. Yeah. Like, that's the team that won the title. That's the team that if you're going to climb Mount Everest, that's the one you got to get past. And then when you're talking about styles make fights, it's like, well, they were just a wrestler that went into a striking match and they got their ass knocked out. And it's like, oh no, we're built for Denver. Exactly. And so that's one of the things that I think of. Do you sit there and you go, all right, you've got to think how you compete with this team because, look, this one obviously has a lot more chance for staying power than any of the recent Western Conference Finals participants.
I mean, like,
terrified.
Yeah, I mean, I think OKC probably is. I mean, if you're being realistic, like, you're not going to get better than them next year. Like, that's just not going to happen. Barring something catastrophic happening like that, you're not going to get better than them. So
I mean, I wouldn't say the thing is, I feel like it's not to get better. It's just get to the point where you can compete. You have the pieces that you think.
Could you have a competitive 6-game series against them?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you don't have to okay, let's see let's mix and match, see if I can get better than them. It's like, okay, what are they good at? What do they take away? All right, let's get these pieces to fix to equip that, right? Because Minnesota is like, okay, they have one guy. Ant's the only dribbler. Everybody else stands around and watches Ant. OKC can just hone in on you.
And we were talking about that your faults are exposed. Yeah. It's like all of a sudden Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert doesn't look like a good thing to have.
There you go.
And look, it's
not
not like
Jaden McDaniels' corner threes don't look as good.
They don't look as good when he's over 6 in the first quarter.
Every team, no matter how good of a regular season they have, they lose games throughout the season. Every team has flaws. It's just a matter of, is there a team good enough to expose those flaws and actually beat them? While Josh said, for better or worse, he said, I had him figured out. He very well may have had him figured out. But you don't have the team that's able to actually exploit it over a 7-game series.
The rest of your dogs are on the same wave as you. Maybe you did, but everybody else didn't figure the same thing
But you
out.
do have to have the requisite
Here's
pieces around you to
Here's the most important thing. Do you look at it and go, we can augment our 3 guys? And that's the best case scenario.
We build around the margins.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm praying that they, we talked about this off the air yesterday. I prayed to the good Lord above that they watch this playoffs, these playoffs, and think, okay, we don't have that. We don't have that. We need to fix that. You know what I'm saying? I would hope so. Because I think they can. You got the 3
they didn't
pieces.
have to watch. They didn't have to watch other teams in the playoffs. They watched their own against Oklahoma City. You actually got a good sense of how far you are away.
Exactly. You saw it in real time.
Right?
Yeah. I feel weird, bro. I'm hating. I'm for sure hating. Because they beat you to the razor before you got there. You were supposed to be this team.
Well,
and the problem is
you were supposed to be
let me tell you
in that situation.
Right, no. And let's be clear. I know everybody loves him. We all still love him. John Morant was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
John Morant was supposed to be what we're talking about Tyrese Halliburton being. John Morant was supposed to be what we're talking about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being.
Mm-hmm.
John Morant was supposed to be what we're talking about Jalen Brunson being. John Morant was supposed to be what we're talking about Anthony Edwards, getting to that point, 2 Western Conference Finals in a row. There's a pretty clear line, right? And we were on that trajectory. And then it stopped, right?
There's an uncomfortable...
No, it started with the problem.
But there's an uncomfortable truth.
It was that year.
There's an uncomfortable truth with what all of those players can do and Ja can't do.
Stay on the floor?
And shoot.
Oh, well, they didn't.
No, I'm saying those guys...
Alexander developed that.
Yeah, he developed that.
They've all gotten better. But
his shit was broke.
Yeah.
His shit was broke.
And Ja's shot has not gotten better.
Right.
It hasn't. Those guys have gotten better.
Maybe it's a shoulder. But again, look, this is the trajectory we were on is, look, we don't know.
Yeah.
What the end of that series would have been? They certainly would have won 1.
They would have won
Maybe
game 3s.
they would have won 2. And certainly it's much more noble to lose in 6 than it is in 4.
Not the gentleman's sweep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's tough.
And maybe he would have been good enough, and obviously just getting more playoff reps. He was obviously amazing in that game, in Game 3.
Amazing.
We were there up 27, and he was back to himself.
He's the catalyst of all of it. He's that dog.
Bro. And I don't buy, his whole, I had them figured out. I don't care about all that. I don't care about all that.
I don't really.
I do think he became comfortable in figuring out how he was going to maneuver.
Right.
Here's how they want to guard me. Here's how I can be successful. Right.
Yeah,
and I do buy that. Because there's no evidence to suggest he didn't. He was killing.
He looked awesome.
He was killing them.
The question would have been, if he would have stayed healthy through that game, the question would have been, okay, does OKC have?
Of course they would have.
Does OKC have an adjustment for Game 4 for him?
Of course they would have.
I want to ask you about the whole as far as the big 3 thing, right? Because if we look at OKC's team, they have Shai. They have the other 2 guys on rookie. Did Jalen sign a big deal yet?
No.
Jalen and Chet are on rookie deals.
So they're all on rookie deals.
No, it's very similar to what we did not do, which was
cash in,
maximize when we were on rookie deals.
Because now I feel like all the good teams.
But we're still getting a much better opportunity because Jaren is not hitting that number that he should be hitting, and John Morant's not hitting the number he should be hitting.
Because there's a good chance that Jalen and Chet can hit those numbers.
Yeah, because even Indiana, because 2 of their guys got the bread. I'm just thinking about as far as team structure now. It's not the KD, Kyrie, James Harden. We're more of all right, you got a couple guys, but you got everybody else around them.
Well,
I feel like the way teams are constructed now are so much different than.
Think about this. What if the Grizzlies last offseason, forget the way it all played out, right? But let's just say, and let's just say they made a trade and they did this, whatever, and they couldn't have because they didn't have an asset like Josh Giddey. Let's just say they would have added Caruso and Hartenstein. I mean, it's a different world.
It's a whole different world.
Truly.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. It's like they have Ja, Bane, and Jaren. They have Shea, Jalen, and Chet. And you look, and what ended up happening is 2 rookies ended up starting with our 3 guys. And they say, well, it's just a competition, and the competition played itself out. But, I mean, that's the problem. If the rookies can win the competition, your team's not good.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That means your role players suck. I mean,
If the rookies, if your best option,
yeah, your vets suck.
especially when you've spent every draft pick on wings outside of the one that you spent on a center, like.
And that's the thing that's the thing that is scary about OKC is they have shown that they will go in the tax in the past. They have shown the willingness to do that. Now you will have to do that when you have SGA, Jalen Williams, and Chet making all the money they're eventually going to make. And the scary thing is they still have all those first-round picks, and they have guys on their team that they can trade for more picks in the like Lou Dort. If they put Dort on the market. Well, they're getting at least 2 first-round picks for Dort.
No, they're not.
I bet you they would. I bet they would.
For a dude that can't shoot?
Stop. Slow down on 2 first-round.
Okay, you're getting 1 at least.
Stop.
You're going to get 1.
You can get 1, Rosa, not 2.
I mean, they didn't even get a first-rounder in
if Mikal Bridges got 5, Lou Dort at least gets you 2.
Mikal Bridges is a better player than Lou Dort.
If Cam Johnson may get 2 first-round picks, Lou Dort's getting 2 first-round. I'd give 2 first-round picks for Lou Dort before I would Cam Johnson.
Here's what I know.
Broke ass jump shot.
I will say regarding Devin's whole resentful thing, it's because like you were in similar spots. Their players obviously look. Gilgeous-Alexander's become the MVP and Ja's become a guy that can't stay on the floor. That's been the recent history.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's just say Ja can become peak version of himself. I think we're all still holding out hope. He was tweeting out Bible verses this morning, so we're moving the right direction. We've gone from young boy to Rod Wave to now the Bible. At least we're going. We're moving.
Y'all funny, bro.
We're moving.
Y'all funny.
We're moving.
Hey, when he Instagram lives that baptism,
Y'all funny.
he's getting immersed.
Y'all funny, bro.
all these mega famous people eventually, like, you know what I mean? They turn this direction, turn this direction, and then they go through the phase where they get religious. So I'm hopeful. Let's hope. All right. And then they crash out. Like Bieber was in church every Sunday, and now he's crashing.
Yeah.
But it's like child star stuff, right? And we just get to live their lives via social media. That being said, the Cardinal sin is this, and we've talked about it 1,000 times. The team was awesome. The team was back-to-back 2 seeds. The team had Dylan Brooks and Steven Adams, so there's only 2 positions on the team to fill. That's it. You only got 2, and somehow we're not better than we were at either. So it's like that's the Cardinals in. Like
they've for 2 years, couldn't fill the hole.
They've done a good job building out around their 3 best players. And they've got all kinds of options because friggin' Caruso comes in, Wallace comes in, Dort comes in,
Wiggins comes in,
Isaiah Joe, Jalen Williams. I mean,
they got dudes, bro.
They do.
Yep.
They have guys.
They've got guys.
It is similar to when the Grizzlies were that 2 seed, and it was like, and it was Clark, and it was Melton, and it was Tyus Jones, and it was Kyle Anderson. Those are all good players.
Even if we were
like,
feeling
it was
good
like 9 or 10.
We'll throw Contra out there. If we were feeling
you had 9 or 10.
We'll throw X out there. We'll throw Z out there. If you're feeling real good, Jared Cova might get some minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But you had 9 or 10.
Yeah.
For sure.
You had a squad, boy.
You had 9 or 10 that could play.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
In playoff games.
Yep.
I mean, Melton was obviously.
Yeah, he was a pumpkin.
He wasn't exactly playoff ready, but the rest of them
John's guy.
certainly were able to perform.
No.
And it's like, geez, man, like you have this opportunity now this offseason when you look and you go, that's the gold standard right now.
Yeah.
Like, and they're not going anywhere.
They're not going
And
anywhere.
it's crazy too because like people talk about like like Anthony Edwards at the podium yesterday saying like, "Yo, I'm gonna be back," this kind of thing. Like, I that part he was like, "I'm 23 years old, I'll be back." Like for us, we look back 2 years ago, we're like, "Yo, okay, maybe we didn't make it this year, but a year or so right now, we can make this jump." We look 2 years later, and we're like, "Oh, we gotta." Like that's what's saying. Like the growth in the NBA, Tom can do this. You can be up, you can be down real quick. So that's what I'm like. I feel like we got.
Well, and think about
we gotta
the
make
way
this happen now, bro.
Look,
Because it ain't.
And for the
time ain't going
majority
nowhere.
of this season, you were the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Right? And then you think about this, you were the difference between you and the 3 seed was 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
After a catastrophic last 2 months.
Yep.
Like truly catastrophic.
Nah,
like
the West
losing
is-
record since February.
Absolutely.
It cost one of your guys.
And it was
$100
2
million.
games. 2.
Absolutely.
So it's not that big, right? Like,
well, and even for OKC,
It
like,
feels like it though, bro.
oh, I know.
It
Well,
feels like
because those 2 games, if you would have won those 2, that puts you at 50, which is 18 games worse.
Well, the other
than the team.
Well, even for OKC, so some of this stuff, like we said, like it is like luck too. Like, dude, Chet Holmgren missed his entire first season because he was hurt, and Chet Holmgren missed a big chunk of this year because of an injury. What if Holmgren suffered that injury in March?
Well, and he,
dude, they're not winning without him.
He only played 32 games this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, like they're not winning without
Yeah,
him.
he's
What would
he's their Porzingis of their team, bro. He makes them unlockable.
He's only scratched the
unlocks the hell
surface.
out
He's
of it.
barely scratched the surface of what he can be.
No, can we talk about what their record would have been if they would have had him for 50 games?
They might have won 75. They might have gone 75 and 2.
That guy missed
7.
50 games and they won 68. Okay, I was just wrong about them. Like, I mean,
They might have gone like 75 and 7 if he played all
so
82.
young, got it. And of course, they haven't. They don't have playoff scars. They have freaking playoff paper cuts.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't matter. It really is like the
That's how
15
cold we are.
Warriors.
That's how cold we are on both.
That's
ends.
it is like the 15 Warriors.
Yeah.
That was the only caveat I kept saying is like, look, the history of the NBA tells you young teams don't like, vet teams win.
Yeah.
And look, they haven't raised the Larry O'Brien trophy yet. But when you look at what they've done and then what they just did to Minnesota, I mean, they killed them. They killed them.
Yeah, and
They had 9 points in the first quarter after they made adjustments. What the F is that?
Jed McDaniels was like, Yo,
What did Joey?
I'm 0 for 8 right now.
He
just kept shooting that joint. I'm like, bro.
How cool was it for Julius Randle to start playing after they were down 33? Bro, grow up.
Yeah, bro. I told y'all, bro. I warned y'all about that man, bro. I warned y'all about him, bro. First of all, that weak haircut he got. And 2, Skechers. And 3, when you see some competent bigs, it got spooky, bro.
Yeah.
He turned to Angel Reese, bro. I'm telling you, it was nasty.
Well, the weird thing is a lot of
nasty.
the people that are rooted for Randall in the past, and obviously he's been on a couple different franchises, their sentiment to me was, like when they would hit me up on Twitter or whatever, it would be that he's got the front runner thing in spades. When it's cooking, it's cooking. But, bro, it overtakes him when things aren't going real well. And that is troublesome to have that from your veteran guys, right? Because he's been in the league a long time, bro.
And you're supposed to be your Robin, right? Supposed to be your
He's
guy.
been in the league
if,
since...
If Batman ain't cooking, you got me.
I mean, bro,
he was the Embiid Marcus Smart. He was 2014.
Bro, he beat Fred VanVleet in the tournament.
In the NCAA tournament? Yeah. Bro, I saw a highlight.
That was their only loss.
And shout out Ron Baker.
They were their only loss.
Yeah.
That Wichita State team?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He played Julius Randle played college basketball with Andrew Harrison.
Bro.
Former Grizzly.
That's
Grizzly
tough.
great.
Was he on the Lakers with Josh Hart?
Bro,
I forgot Josh Hart.
He was drafted in 2014.
Hey, do this.
Golly.
No, do this.
Google.
No, go look up that Lakers team.
The 2014
You are
Lakers?
going to trip out.
There, I got it.
Hey, Ingram's on it. Lonzo's on it. Like, go look at
Alonzo wasn't drafted until 2017. 2014, 2015.
No, I'm talking about the last Laker team that Randall was on before they started making the Pelicans deals and all that stuff.
I was on Tarek Black's on the 2014 Lakers. Shout out to Ridgeway Legends.
Not 14.
So
what
was
is the
Vanderblue.
What is the last Randall year
Let me see.
that he's there?
Let me see.
In LA.
This is 2015-16 was his rookie year.
So what are we talking about? 17?
17, 18? Oh, Lonzo. You got Andrew Bogut, Caruso, Jordan Clarkson, Caldwell Pope, Luol Deng, Channing Frye, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Brooke Lopez, Larry Nance Jr.
Forgot about the Brooke Lopez Lakers.
It's all guys that have had like 10-year NBA careers.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, I forgot about the
Derek Williams, shout out to
Brooke
him.
Lopez Lakers.
And guess whose rookie season this was?
I'll tell you this.
Avika Zubac's rookie season.
Zubac's and Lonzo's rookie.
Look at that roster.
Bruh, it's these dudes all pros.
Josh Hart. Who'd you say? Hart, Ingram, Randall,
Kuzma, Lopez, Larry Nance,
Caruso,
Caldwell Pope, Avika Zubac, Thomas Bryant, who's on the Pacers right now.
I mean, that's a lot of 8-man rotation guys and or starters on good teams.
Do you remember Andrew Bogut for the Lakers?
I don't know. He won number 66 for the Lakers.
That is nasty. 66
might be the worst number.
That is nasty.
Like, I tried to make a conversation with somebody.
That is a music fest jersey.
Yeah.
Bogut 66 for the Lakers?
That's amazing.
There's no chance they made them jumps, bro. I tried to tell somebody.
I'm going to go to eBay.
Number 00 may be the worst number in NBA history, but 66 might be worse.
You like 00 you hate?
It's maybe the.
That's Jordan Clarkson, right?
It's Ben Mathurin, Greg Ostertag, nasty number.
No, can't get a
single zero. You're okay with
single zero? I'm good. It's the 2 zeros that throw me off. You can't have the 2 zeros.
You can get an Andrew Bogut autographed 8x10 Lakers picture for like $15
Is he
on
wearing
eBay.
66?
Yeah, in the picture. Yeah,
he played games in the 66.
So this is wait. This is this before?
Yeah, Jalen, I'm going to put this in Slack.
This is after the Warriors run?
Yeah, I think so, bro. Yes, this is.
Huh?
Yes.
Bogut went to the Lakers after he played for the Warriors championship team?
Yeah, he did.
Huh?
It was his last team he played for, 2019.
This is like us remembering when Jermaine O'Neal played for the Warriors.
Bro, that Lakers roster is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Huh?
So many pros on that team, bro. Look at that, 66. The Bogut 66.
It's nasty.
That's a disgusting jersey,
That is
bro.
nasty.
He's got to be the only player that ever wore 66.
NBA players that have worn 66.
There's no way.
Yeah,
I've never seen it. I've seen 77 was Radmanovich.
Scott Pollard wore it for Boston.
Well, Scott Pollard was like a Birdman.
Grady Lewis wore it for the Detroit Falcons in 1947.
Shut up.
He did.
Who? Wait, for the who?
The Detroit Falcons.
What did they play in?
Price
the Detroit Falcons.
Well, Price Brookfield also wore it in 1949 for the Indianapolis Jets.
Detroit Falcons. That sounds like an ABA team, bro.
And Axel Tupani wore it in 2021 for the Bucks.
Who?
Axel Tupani.
That's not a real human.
Yeah, in 2021, he played for the Bucks.
His name. There was an NBA player named Axel.
Axel Tupani, yeah, I see him.
I'll be damned.
He was He made his NBA debut on March 4th, 2016. What is this?
That's Bogut. That's the autograph picture that you can buy on eBay.
In the 60s.
Yeah, dude, look at that.
Well, yo, we got a copy.
Roser, I guess you know what your Christmas gift is.
Thanks. Oh, that's awesome.
He even signed 66 on it.
Yeah,
Look at
bro.
that.
Hey,
By the way, if they made like patch cards of
Bogut 66?
Bogut 60, I'm getting one for William.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
absolutely
Dedicated to the
finding
cause,
one for
bro.
William.
But yeah, that Lakers roster you talking about, bro, was like,
Loaded.
hella
Is there a
pros.
bad player on it?
I mean, Vanderblue,
Oh.
Travis Ware.
Vanderblue.
Shout out Vanderblue.
Travis Ware was buns too.
I saw
guy.
I saw Travis Ware wear us out. The hustle.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Dude, Travis Ware is a good G
He was
League player.
playing for the at that time the Lakers G League team. They were called the Defenders, I think.
Yeah, they were the LA Defenders.
LA Defenders.
Yeah.
But they played in El Segundo.
And didn't they used to be like the Bakersfield Jam before that?
I left my wallet in El Segundo, and that was the Travis Ware was the one wearing us out. So I went to Grizzlies, Lakers, and Grizzlies, Clippers, and then I was there for like an extra day. I was there for a couple extra days. I was gonna go do that bit at Jimmy Goldstein's house.
Yeah.
And so that is the night. Travis Ware is so funny you mentioned that name. I have not thought of it since. So, dude, that night, I go to El Segundo to go to a Memphis Hustle LA Defenders game or whatever they were called, right? And Chris Wallace is there, and Glenn Cyprian's there, John Hollinger's there, Chris Macker, like a bunch of the brass of the Grizzlies at the time were staying over. And so we go, and they're at that time, their facility, it was super cool. Like, it's all changed now, but you would go out there and imagine you walk into, that the new Memphis sports complex that's over there by the Liberty Bowl?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, except when you walk in, there's a massive hockey rink.
Oh,
and there were games going on, and that's where the Kings practiced.
Okay.
And then you would walk across the whole complex, and there was a massive basketball thing. But they had the trophies up on, they had the banners up in there.
Yeah.
Right?
The
And that's
Lakers
where
club?
the G League team played.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
And that's where they would practice as well. It was it was the Lakers practice facility that also. The G League it was actually the D League, I think, at the time. It was a nothing.
Yeah.
So they played their games in this Lakers practice facility. And they were Iowa, actually, at the time. They had not moved to Memphis yet.
The Energy.
The Iowa Energy, that's right.
Shout out to the Iowa
So we
Energy,
go to the
man.
game, and Wade Baldwin is kept over, and Wade Baldwin's kept over. Deontay Davis is kept over. Wayne Selden is kept over. And somebody else. I can't
That sounds
remember.
like a stacked team, bro.
Well, we get into the game. Wayne Selden turns into friggin' Jordan.
He's so good in the G League.
He turns into Jordan. Killing everybody. Just killing. And the coach, is not playing Wade Baldwin or Deontay Davis. It's these are NBA guys that they have put, Deontay Davis, they used a high second-round pick on him, and Wade Baldwin was a top 20 pick or whatever he was
Out of Vanderbilt.
in the draft, right? And he was a prick. So anyways, no, honestly, it's what ruined his
No,
career.
he was.
I guess whose teammate he was this year, by the way. Tyreek Rivovich.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Oh, and Fenerbahce?
They were the same team. but
I'll
yeah,
be damned.
That's crazy.
So anyways, they end up going, and they're playing in this game, and they blow this huge lead because Travis Ware just will not miss. Just
Travis.
whack, 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 whack. But he's just burying everything. It's oh, my God. So now he comes down. They blow this huge lead. None of the good players are he's playing guys you've never even heard of. And Wade Baldwin, Deontay Davis, they are pissed. Yeah. They're on the bench. Selden's got 35. And then we get to the end of the game. Travis Ware hits what it would be a game winner, but we've got a chance to go down there and score to win the game. Bro, he has Wayne Selden inbounding the ball. Doesn't even get it. We get in the Uber on the way home, and I spend 30 minutes on our way back to the hotel. I'm with Chris Wallace because we both got to go back to the same place. So we're in there, and I am just Chris, what are you doing? What? And he's I don't understand it either. He's how do we have these guys there and he doesn't even play them? I'm and how about him having Selden throw the ball in bounds? This is all. I'm who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
Who does he think he is? Freaking Red Auerbach? It's a D League. This is crazy. And so, anyways, I bitch and bitch about it. I go on the show. I'm doing the show. At that point, it's just a podcast that I'm doing. I'm recording it. I'm editing it. I'm uploading it. Yeah. I go on the air. I do this whole show about it. I'm this thing last night I saw. I was I don't know who they've got as this coach, but this guy's a clown. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going on.
On his head.
Bro, they fired him that afternoon. And hired Glenn Cyprian, my buddy, and I see Sip in the lobby. I said, did you know? Last night, he's bro, I had no idea. He's I wasn't even going to be coaching. He's they're sending me to Iowa because they asked me if I'd coach them, and I said I would.
Yo.
And I'm that's this guy. It was just a whole crazy experience, and that is the night I'm there at the game.
Yeah.
And there was a guy named Josh Majette who years ago.
I remember that name too.
Josh Majette came here. He played at North Alabama. And one morning, this is when they used to let me go in to watch all the draft workouts. And one morning, Marcus Teague, Jeff Teague's brother, who just won they had just won at Kentucky. And he comes in, and he's going to be the big, like he's the attraction, right? Oh, my God, Marcus Teague. And they don't have enough players to work out with Marcus Teague. And so Josh Majette, who from like North Alabama, wherever he was, they call him on Friday night. He gets in his car, like his Honda Civic, on Saturday morning and drives from like Huntsville Saturday morning, comes in, works out against Marcus Teague, and destroys him. Destroys him. I write a whole blog post. Like, I feel like I just watched Rocky. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand this. Like, this guy is a McDonald's All-American 5-star, just was amazing at Kentucky, SEC, whole thing. Yeah. And some dude just drove in town and just, like, destroyed him. So I write this whole blog post, whatever, about it, right?
Yeah.
That night, I'm at the game. I'm on the front row in the Lakers practice facility. Josh Majette is in the game. I'm like, oh, my God. That's the kid.
Yeah. He made it.
He's at the free throw line. In the middle of the game, he looks over at me, and he goes, Verno! And I'm like, looking around. I'm like, Josh? He's like, hey, man, find me after the game.
Josh.
He's in the middle of the game.
That's what the G League games, like, nobody paid attention.
Nobody.
Yeah, nobody paid attention.
And after the game,
Rec league and that
after the game, I go and I find Josh Majette. He's like, hey, man, I don't know him.
Yeah.
He's like, I've always wanted to thank you. He's like, you have no idea how much that blog post helped me get my name out there. Because I wrote about it, like Hoops, I picked it up or whatever. It was like a thing. Nobody knew who this person was. Yeah. He ended up getting a couple different two-ways, right?
He got a two-way with the Hawks.
He ended up making a lot of money playing basketball.
Yeah, he got a two-way for the Hawks.
Bro.
I know. He should have cut me in.
Yeah, he should have cut you in.
And a lot of it probably came from that day where he came here and destroyed Marcus Teague.
He actually last played.
And you wrote about it because they would have. I guarantee you, nobody would have wrote about it.
Never.
A random dude driving in and busting a.
No, it was crazy.
Dude from
he was
Kentucky,
an All-Star
Pauls.
that year, 2017. He was a D-League All-Star. He was all-second team in the G League 2017 and 2020. His last team he played for, actually, no, he quit in 2023. He retired. He last played for the Tasmania Jack Jumpers in Australia.
He played for the Hawks at one point, right?
He was on the tour of the Dogs. The Tasmania Jack, coincidentally, David Johnson of the Hustle, I believe, just signed with them.
Oh, really?
Tasmanian Jack Jumpers is an amazing team name.
Yeah, what's their logo?
Jack Jumpers?
What is a Jack Jumper?
It almost looks like
it's like a mosquito logo.
Like a mosquito cricket looking thing.
A what?
It's like a mosquito cricket looking animal, bro.
Yeah.
What? Those mosquitoes and crickets don't look the same.
Boy,
They're insects.
They're
insects.
I guarantee.
But what is a Jack Jumper?
You finna see what it look like? I just sent it to Jalen.
Yeah, I want to see.
Jalen, put it on the screen.
The what? The Tasmanian Jack Jumpers?
Yeah,
What do they play in?
It's a venomous ant.
In the NBL.
Native to Australia.
Oh, they're in Australia.
They play in the NBL, yeah. The Tasmanian Jack. Look like a cricket and mosquito.
They can
Cricket
jump
with a mosquito
10
head.
centimeters repeatedly when defending
that.
themselves.
That's not high.
What you talking about?
I mean, it's an ant.
Bro,
10 centimeters?
For an ant, that's like.
Bro, you forget ants
that's
are low to the
high.
ground, bro.
That's like a 40-inch vert to an ant. That's like a 40.
That is an awesome logo.
That's a great name. And yeah.
It looks
Great
like a
logo.
superhero.
Yeah.
Or something.
Dude, they're
You know
creepy
what I mean?
looking.
Yeah, I don't like those, bro. I don't like the way
they're
they
creepy.
look. I kind of scared of those.
Why
things,
is
bro.
everything venomous in Australia? They got the most venomous crap over there. Why do people go there?
The Tasmanian Jack Jumpers.
There you go. That's what you play for.
And that's who David Johnson's going to play for?
Yeah.
He's done with the hustle?
Yeah.
And Josh Majette played for them? What a team.
What a team.
Tasmanian Jack Jumpers.
Shout out to the Jack
Who knew?
Jumpers, man.
All right. Back to what we were saying about what's going on with Oklahoma City and Minnesota. So, do you think that last night was a bad enough humiliation that, like, when you let go of the rope like that, that becomes a big agent for change too. That we can add Minnesota to the list of teams that very well may be super active this offseason.
I feel terrible saying this because he's one of our.
It doesn't feel like a run it back situation. Is what I'm saying.
We hold clear to our heart, but it may be time for them. I know that they've been trying to like kind of push this situation back. It may be time to get a real point guard in there. I love Mike. We all love Mike.
Well, they all want Tyus back.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like
they do.
There's one of those situations you watch it, you're like, oh no, we couldn't play Mike on one end. We couldn't play Rudy on another end. Yeah. But I think it's going to be – I know Sean said it yesterday. It might be the most active offseason ever. So it's going to be a lot of teams watching Oklahoma City, watching Indiana. Like
you would be married to Ant. You'd be married to McDaniels. Jaden. You'd be married –
they got a Nas Reed decision to make.
That's where the list stops if I'm Minnesota.
Probably. DiVincenzo like is a useful 8-man rotation guy on a good contract. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, if I'm trying to decide who I want to keep, and like, you know, I mean, you need guys like him.
They've got
there's playable playoff guys that.
There's a Nas Reed thing. They got to make that decision.
Yeah, because they asked him last night.
Because he's a free agent. Like, that's a real thing.
His quote yesterday didn't make it seem like he was, it was a little rough.
Yeah.
It was a little rough.
Do you think there's a Rudy landing spot? That's who I'd trade.
Yeah, get him out of there.
I would.
Yeah, there's somebody
actually
that would
leave
take
him on their team.
I mean, Randall will probably opt into his contract.
Hell, you could probably find him a landing spot. In
Charlotte?
Dallas, no, defense wins championships.
Know, right? They have Anthony Davis and Rudy Gobert. And Derek Lively.
He never scored. And Daniel Gafford too. Oh Lord,
Dallas has moved.
Send us to Daniel Gafford.
I do wonder if Minnesota's like one of those teams, and they sit there and they go the same way that there was a press conference where Zach Kleiman said, like, we're not close. Like,
yeah, I think.
How close are they?
Teams are watching.
They just got
right.
They just got destroyed.
And you got low-key got exposed. Like you're.
And you wonder what the Randall spot is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. The overlap of having Randall and Gobert. It's like, bro, if you've got a stretch-out team, because you've got to punish them. You got to punish them for being smaller than you, and they didn't.
They didn't.
Yeah.
No, they never. You never felt like they were overwhelming them. Like you got to get every offensive rebound. You've got to like. When did that happen?
Punish the paint.
When did that happen?
It didn't happen. Gobert averaged 6 rebounds in the series.
6?
Yeah.
He's 7 foot.
And Randall was throwing that off the backboard and catching it.
And it's like. If you're not going to punish them, like, what's the point of being big?
What's the point of being big?
Yeah.
Because like you said, you built that roster to play against Denver. You saw Denver.
Right.
You're like, you know what?
This is
I
the
gotta
team
have
to beat.
somebody to double big with Jokic. But now,
honestly,
that shift in 2 years.
But honestly, when they beat Denver, their best defensive performance of the entire playoffs was the night Rudy Gobert was out, and the guy who did the best job on Jokic was Cat.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I remember that.
I just don't think you can win with Gobert.
Yeah.
Bro,
like on the
me,
highest level.
We all been there, bro. We are all anti-Rudy Gobert.
It's what makes me, and I know you guys always just roll your eyes at, but it makes me worry about our big.
I think he's more skilled than Gobert.
It's not.
Bro. I think he's more skilled than Gobert.
He's more skilled offensively.
He's way more skilled than
Offensively,
Gobert.
a way better player. But I'm talking, but defensively,
Dude, I worry about
Gobert is a massive upgrade.
But I think for Gobert,
you guys won 4 defensive players of the year bidding.
But you should never do that.
I understand.
I'm with you. I brought it up yesterday. I think the Ja, Edie, Dez thing, I'm like, bro, you got 3 guys that aren't good defenders out there.
I think you can train someone to be a positional defender, a big man that has good footwork, good IQ. You can't train anybody to be good on offense.
He can't get the 6 rebounds either, like Gobert did. Like you need Edie. Like, dude, if you're gonna be
14,
like you got
14 rebounds.
No, you got to get that. You got to do that
because
because that is your last line of defense.
7-5.
Yeah, that's your last line of defense.
Like, what are we doing?
You can teach somebody to be a positional defender in the NBA. I think you can teach them.
That's your last line of defense is rebounding. You better be able to get
high hands.
You're still in the way.
Offense.
You are for the driving lanes.
Teach him to go top jump, bro. Look, Steve,
knock down threes.
We had Steve-O on this team at one point, bro.
Steve-O, but you die on Steve-O screens.
Look, teach Edie.
And he gets every offensive rebound.
And the Gortat screens when somebody's driving the lane. You can teach him that. Like
I hope so.
Teachable skills, but like on defense.
He's certainly, putting them in the same offensive. Gobert can do literally nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. He cannot dribble, pass, or shoot.
The basketball ability of a cricket.
No,
there's
a jack jumper.
A jack jumper.
A Tasmanian jack jumper.
There is also the, would you rather have Zach Edey on, like, what does Zach Edey make? What does he make?
A lot.
He makes a lot of
$9 million probably.
Okay.
I
Would
don't
you
know.
rather
What
have
does he
Zach
make?
Edey on $9 million or Rudy Gobert on $43 million?
Come on.
I think that's the easiest question you've ever
Well,
asked.
that's the thing. Like, it's like, dude, Gobert.
That's the most expensive non-role player.
I'm just
in the NBA.
talking about. I'm just talking the limit of drop coverage.
Yeah.
That's it.
But would it
That's
be
all I'm saying.
easier, like, if your roster would theoretically, like, if you have Gobert, theoretically, it'd be easier to build your roster if Gobert was making $20 million rather than $40 million
He making
or
$40 million
$45 million.
to get 6 points, 6
He
rebounds.
makes 35 next year. Gobert goes 35, 36.5, and 38 the year after.
$38 million to get 6 points and 6 rebounds,
Yeah.
and not like really like make an impact, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. You gotta roll. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing.
Well, it's just at the highest level. Again, it's hard. This is where the argument comes in. It helps you get to the Western Conference Finals. It also is why you lose in the Western Conference Finals on some level.
On some level.
And I'm just saying, to me, when you have the Morants and you have the Edwards and you have the Halliburtons and you have the Gilgeous-Alexanders, you want the maximum amount of space for those guys to be able to operate.
Yeah.
I mean, Conley, McDaniels, DiVincenzo, whatever. I mean, it's like, if you got Randall and Gobert, it's untenable.
Yeah, your best.
If they can guard like that, right? Yeah. Where it's like, unless you're going to punish them for being little.
Yeah, which you didn't at all.
Well, they did in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Right?
Because, like I said,
the Warriors and the Lakers had no bigs.
No bigs.
Well, I mean, Draymond's out there by himself.
Yeah, Dolo. Fighting for his life.
And honestly, the best they looked was when those minutes when Looney came in and was like actually
matching the bigs.
Just because he's huge.
Yeah, matching the bigs.
And I think the Warriors would have won that series if Curry didn't get hurt.
I kind of think so too.
If I was 6'7", I'd be in the NBA.
I kind of think so too.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll never know. So it's
if I was 6'7", I'd be in the NBA.
You for sure?
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would, bro. Y'all sleeping on how I'm actually decent at
bro.
basketball.
We went
bro.
to go take. We did a video one day.
Where did we do a video?
We were down there on the court. And you were trying to have a jump shot to post online, and it took you half an hour.
I'm not a shooter, bro. I'm not a shooter, but I am a skilled. I have a great basketball IQ, bro.
What NBA?
I'm telling you, bro. If I was 6'7", come on.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
If I was 6'7", I would be in the NBA. If you were 6'7", what would you be doing?
What?
What would you be doing if you were 6'7"?
I have no idea what I would be doing if I were 6'7". But
yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
probably the same thing.
Bro, there are 400 of those jobs in the world.
If I was,
and there's 60 countries producing it, and you wouldn't have even started for White Station if you were 6'7".
If I was,
you wouldn't.
You wouldn't bet?
No.
If I was 6'7"?
Stop.
Come on, bro. You know how tall 6'7" is? Give me
Devin.
6'5".
Devin.
Trust me, bro.
You know how many 6'7"? You know how many 6'7" basketball players?
You can't shoot.
Trust me. If
you couldn't get in the freaking charity game.
I was chilling. I was chilling,
You
bro.
were Walker 93.
That was vibes.
We went to support you, and they benched you.
That was vibes, bro. That was vibes. That was all vibes. That was all vibes. That was like I wasn't even trying to play in that game.
Devin, if he was 6'7".
I'm working at Chipotle.
Damn.
I'll be in the league.
Yeah, I know
Put
you be
respect
going.
on it.
I know you be going home with that honey chicken though.
Damn right I am.
God, it's so good.
Bro, we gotta
Ever
get a deal.
since you mentioned that to me,
bro,
it's all I want.
You ain't had it yet?
Yeah, I've had it.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
saying that's all I want.
Rose, we got you to tap in on the honey chicken, bro.
Dude.
Maybe so. I've been to Chipotle. I've been to Chipotle twice. Was not impressed either time.
Not impressed.
It's very mid.
You're mid.
It's very mid.
Shut up. You're freaking 14th in Union. Idiot.
This is All in Motion, Target brand. All in Motion today.
Oh, you got
It's
another
not-
wait.
In motion.
It's called
That's a Lululemon dupe.
the bootleg
It
lemon?
is.
Bro,
No
it is-
lemon?
It is.
It's the Lululemon dupe.
And
The
it is
doo-doo
so
lemon?
much. I would guarantee you better. It's like $15.
It's
and
not
I guarantee
better
you
than
it's the
Lulu.
exact same.
The doo-doo lemon?
Yeah.
Fufu
Nike.
lemon? You got the fufu lemon?
Nike would cost like $80.
He called it doo-doo lemon.
You got the fufu lemon on?
Yeah, it's Fugazi, man. Big time.
The fufu.
He said, this is all in
It's all in motion. Yeah. Bring me your knockoff brands. I am one with the people.
And you got a
We
doc-
can't
you got a
all be
Dr.
bougie
Thumber?
like these two. We
Bougie.
can't be bougie. You're wearing an Augusta. There's nothing more bougie than
I bought this
Augusta.
off TikTok.
I got this in an auction for $10. What's wrong with you, bro?
You paid shipping. I take that
It's
back.
an
I didn't
XFL
know
shirt.
it wasn't TikTok. It was Etsy. I bought it off Etsy.
Shout out Etsy, bro.
I did.
Etsy, hey, slept on
I
place,
bought it
bro.
off Etsy.
Etsy is definitely slept
Well, I
on.
don't need. That's not even all in motion at Target.
All in motion.
All in motion.
They're on sale right now. Go grab them. I got a
How many
bunch
did you
more.
get? How many colors did you
I've
get?
got about. I've
many
got a
flavors you
red
got?
and a black coming in. I've got gray.
Coming in.
I've got
Wait, who gets deliveries from Target?
Me now.
You don't go to the store.
You can pick up from the store, but they don't have the red and black at the Target near me, so I had to get those specially ordered.
No cap.
Specially ordered.
Delivery order from Target.
No
That's
kizzy,
crazy.
no kizzy,
Target.
bro. I know kizzy.
It's
I've
Target.
never seen Roser wear red before, bro. You about to wear red?
I wear 49er stuff all
No,
the
we're
time.
talking about
during
like red,
football
like my hat,
season.
bro. Like I haven't seen you wear like colors before.
49ers colors, literally all football.
I'm saying
He
like-
does wear red.
Yeah, I
He
do wear
does?
red.
Yeah.
It's one of the colors I'll actually
What about
wear.
yellow? You ever wore yellow before?
He's got a lot from his blood days.
Yeah.
When he was Pyro.
Don't make me throw the sign.
Rose.
Don't make me throw the sign.
Pyro.
I'll rep a set.
No, do not.
I will
Pyro
represent.
Roser.
No, don't start that. You forget, bro. It's,
All right.
Hey, it's real dudes that
Yeah.
watch our show, bro. They'll
Yeah.
walk up on you, bro. A dude walked up on me one time. I said, hold on. You watch the show every day? My guy got out of a Honda with the tag missing. I'm like, thanks for watching, my guy. Appreciate you.
See you later.
The tag missing is crazy.
I'm telling you, bro.
Take a break. We'll be back into this Chris Vernon show.
Last week, I gave you the update about my son Kevin in terms of
Has
having
he
to
made the
choose.
decision?
He picked Tennessee State.
Oh, my heart, Mike.
The next day, we got an email from the director of Tuskegee's program laying out everything that they were going to be doing, and he flip-flopped.
There we go.
He flip-flopped. So he's going to be going down to Tuskegee.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
You've seen the Grizz line jamming on the court and rocking out on Beale Street, and this is your chance to join the best drum line in the NBA. Grizz line entertains Grizz Nation at home games and events in the Mid-South through their impressive techniques and energetic shows. If you have experience in drumming and marching and love entertaining, Grizz line is the perfect opportunity for you to combine percussion and performance. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Sign up today by visiting grizzlies.com/auditions.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger buzzer beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Bain drives.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Close. He hits and the Grizzlies have the lead.
Yeah!
Jared with a knock-in.
Good defense.
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go, show. Let's go.
The Grizzlies, grannies, and grandpas have the right moves and are currently looking for new members to join their team for the upcoming season. These soulful seniors are a fan favorite group throughout Grizz Nation. You do not have to be a grandparent, but you must be at least 50 years old with personality, rhythm, and passion for performing. If that sounds like you, then we want to see you on Sunday, June 29th. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information. Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies on home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is the evidence. It's a vibe. Celebrating excellence. We survive. Two-seater snapping, girl. I'm happy it's just you and I. Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is the evidence. It's a vibe. Celebrating excellence. We survive. Two-seater snapping, girl. I'm happy it's just you and I. Yeah. Just be cool.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. All right, so we talk about what are we thinking on Knicks Pacers tonight? My man Jacoby, we are recording tonight's show.
How does he feel right now?
He thinks you're going to win.
Okay.
He bought tickets. He would not tell me how much. He's like, don't ask, and I don't want to talk.
That means it was a crazy amount.
I mean, there's no telling how much they cost. He just texted me, and so we're going to record after, and he's like, I'll leave right after the game, and it's a quick bike ride.
Okay.
And I was like, you're riding your bike to Madison Square Garden?
That's kind of
I guess you are.
That's kind of elite, though.
I guess he is.
That's like a movie, low-key. Riding his bike to MSG, that's kind of
He said,
hard.
I'm going to the game tonight, and I'll hustle over to the office, a quick bike ride after the game for the pod. And my response was, you're taking your bike to Madison Square Garden?
Are you like, it's like
It's
a bike
awesome,
park?
right?
Like, where's he park his bike at? Like,
I don't know.
You just like leave it in front?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know.
You got to ask more.
What can you get in for?
I mean, it looks like
for Game 5,
$450 a ticket.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
He's just he's going solo. Or he's taking the family.
No, he's not taking. No, come on.
That puts you up.
With Patrick
He's got 4 kids now. You
Oh,
think
yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
No, it's him and his buddies.
456.
He's
That
at the
puts you at
top.
the
So
top
you
of the
probably
price.
you're thinking, all right, minimum 500. It's probably between 500 and 1,000
That's not bad.
to go to the
I
game
thought it was worse than
for
that.
one night.
That's not bad.
I mean, Madison Square Garden. It's Game 5.
Did you say
it might
by
be the
himself?
last game.
You said-
Well, he's probably going with a buddy. So I'm sure he
Okay.
just bought. I'm sure he just bought one ticket.
Right.
I'll ask him tonight. But anyway, we're recording after
some decent
he's
tickets
done
on
with
there.
it tonight, huh?
There's some decent tickets.
I think New York will win and force a Game 6. Don't you? I do. I think again, it's home.
Yeah.
Game 5. You know, backs against the wall. I figure they probably get one and then lose in 6. I think they'd probably lose 6.
Yeah.
At Indiana, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I don't like.
they're
For the-
4.5 point favorites tonight.
For the theater of it, I kind of want the Pacers to win tonight because I
And
know
it's-
I know
oh my
Tyree's
God.
going to do some wild
I
stuff,
want
bro.
the
but that would be 4-1.
That's what I'm saying.
Same outcome, and then
Yeah.
we're off for a week. The finals
the
are a
thing.
set date,
I-
it's not until next Thursday.
I want the
no. You need the Knicks to win.
I want the Knicks to win because it's starting to get dark. I'm starting to see that where it's like, oh god, we don't have anything on.
I watched
It's
that
only
stupid
baseball.
Brett Favre doc.
You did
Yeah,
watch
how was that, by the
stupid
way?
Brett
You said it
Favre
was
doc.
stupid, so maybe I shouldn't watch. Thanks for taking the bullet for all of us.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean, I wasn't gonna watch it anyway.
It was on cue for me, and I was like, you know what? Do I want to watch this?
So here's the deal. Like, Brett Favre is like not a good dude. It was like an hour of Brett Favre's not a good dude. I mean, okay. But it's this weird thing. It's almost like they were talking about, like, I don't know. To me, now with the way the media is and the constant flow of information, right? Like, if you did a bit and you were like, actually, I don't know. Let's think of somebody in the past, like Mickey Mantle, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can probably find like a hero where like a guy that was everybody's hero, the great American hero, handsome guy from Oklahoma, whatever. And if you did a whole bit and the whole hour was just actually Mickey Mantle was a dirtbag, right? It was like, okay, well, like, and then it's like the whole premise is people don't want to hear about their heroes being dirtbags or whatever, right?
Yeah.
People will still cheer a guy if he walks into a stadium, right? And then there's like this obvious, like the same way we do with literally everything in our lives. Athletes are very rarely all that much different than entertainers and or musicians or whatever, right? How many times have you had, if Michael Jackson comes on, like, okay, we're all very aware of Michael Jackson, right? Like, or even Kanye West, or you name it, right?
Right.
And then there's people right now that like, okay, I didn't like what the Dixie Chicks said, or I don't like what Bruce Springsteen said, or I don't like what whoever, right? Whoever it may be, and so it's like this whole Favre thing. It's like Jen Sturger's in it a ton about him sending the wiener pics to her.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That thing.
He sent her wiener pics when she was working with the Jets.
Yeah, and that whole bit's in there. And then it goes to the whole, Mississippi welfare, and it's like Brett Favre took this money from poor people in Mississippi and built a volleyball complex at Southern Miss so his daughter could play in it. And he knew. And it's like, that one's a little dicey just because, like, I understand where there are these texts that say, like, hey, I can't get in trouble for this or whatever, right? And so then people elevated that, and even the documentary kind of elevates that as to saying, he knew, right? And I do think there is, if we're just being fair, again, he very well may have known this is where this money is coming from, exactly what it is also plausible that he has like a bunch of powerful people in his life, including the government, and he knows he's getting the money from the government for the stuff he wants it from.
Yeah.
Which is very, very common amongst, it's all salacious, right?
Right.
Like the idea that if you told me Brett Favre didn't know it came from that fund, it's like, here's all the money for poor people. And he's like, yeah, give me that. You know what I mean? Like, I want that poor people money. There's at least a plausibility where I could see, like, he's just a dumb redneck who's like, hey, if you give me this money, I'm not going to get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
And then when they find out where the money's from, they're like, Brett Favre stole from poor people.
Right.
And he's like, I didn't know it was for poor people. I just knew it was from the
from the
government.
state. I just knew it was state money.
I just knew that I could possibly get in trouble because they were giving me money for, this stuff. But I mean, I was just trying to get free money.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was, and then of course they have the woe is me, like, people in Mississippi have no income, and so this, then they present it like,
is he
it's like the poorest state in the country.
Oh, and it's like the single mother of two, only gets X amount a month, and it's like, I mean, it wasn't like it's $1 billion, it's like $9 million or something.
Is he in the dock?
Huh?
Is he in the joint?
Of course not. That's why the whole thing's trashing him.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's literally an hour of trashing Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Dang, that's tough.
And it's just like,
is it worth watching?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just not, because it's like, again, all right, so this was my original point. If you are going to pretend like we all don't know that these guys aren't all good guys, like this isn't the 1950s, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, some people just don't want to accept that their heroes are dirtbags. And it's like, yeah, but we like have no way to avoid it now.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know if, I don't know, name the guy. Like, if Bob Cousy had a bunch of illegitimate kids, nobody would know.
Nah, not in the 50s.
Right?
Now, if Anthony Edwards don't
If
pull
Anthony
out,
Edwards does, we know tomorrow.
the next day, the second after, we know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, like, and look, in fair, Kendrick Perkins, when he did the whole, like, Kendrick Perkins did the whole, like, you know, the face of the league needs to be married with children and blah, 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 right? And it's like, okay, come on.
Yeah, he walked
Like-
that man back, though.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, he had to, because Michael Jordan was not exactly the beacon of family men, and Magic Johnson had AIDS, and Larry HIV,
Kobe Bryant,
and Kobe Bryant
Had the Denver scandal.
and Larry Bird. When I was a kid,
Dude, Larry Bird.
Larry Bird's daughter went on Oprah to say she's never met Larry Bird, and and it was horrible because she looked exactly like Larry Bird. And I was like, what a crime.
What's her name? Sherry
No,
Bird?
It was terrible.
Was it Sherry Bird?
I promise you, you can look it up. I promise you.
Larry Bird's
It was his
daughter.
college girlfriend.
Please tell me
His
her name
daughter or
is
his
Sherry.
girlfriend?
He never had anything to do with her. She went on
Corey Bird.
She went on Oprah to talk about what a
Oh my gosh, she does.
I told you.
Yeah, she does, bro.
That happened when I was a kid.
She looked just like, it's like Charlotte Flair.
And
Ric
it was
Flair.
like, I don't even know my dad. My dad's never wanted to be a part of my life. I was like, oh man, Larry Bird's a dirtbag.
I will say, if you was Larry Bird's daughter, though, I would definitely try to slide. For sure.
It's kind of wild.
Just because you Larry Bird's daughter.
All I'm saying is we didn't even know. It took Larry Bird's daughter going on Oprah to say my dad doesn't talk to me for me to even know that Larry Bird had a daughter he doesn't talk to.
Yeah.
Right? So that's all I'm saying. The whole point of this is I don't need a documentary on Brett Favre being a dirtbag. I read it every day.
Yeah, right.
You need this for guys of the past,
Yeah.
right?
Not the dude we still see on like the Copperfit commercials and shit.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like
That's fair.
everything is out there, and but they present it like people don't want to accept that people, you know, their heroes aren't always what they seem. And the damnedest thing about the whole thing is like the commentary on it. Peter King, who obviously had a tremendous amount of and a deep relationship with Brett Favre, made total sense. The other people, and then they have like a radio guy from Green Bay and a reporter from Green Bay. Again, super useful, right? Because they were around during the Green Bay years, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Other commentators on this, like Jamil Hill. What does Jamil Hill?
What does she have to do with her?
What does she have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Except to just say people are dirtbags.
Say
and then
Brett
the other
Favre
one,
sucks,
then
yeah.
the funniest, guess who else is the only NFL player that like comments in the whole thing is every once in a while they'll cut to a comment from Michael Vick. I'm like, what is he in here for?
Why is Vic here? Who invited Michael Vick?
I think they must have had him like booked for another documentary,
hey,
and they're like,
somebody
"Hey,
ask
we're
you-
like,
ask
you about this dude,
just in
yeah.
case we want to put some Brett Favre commentary." I was like, "Speaking of heroes, aren't always what they seem."
Yeah, right.
Hey, Michael Vick.
Like, it's just all strange.
Yeah.
Again, when it is presented as this, you know, hey, Brett Favre isn't what you think. Like, no, actually, he's exactly what I think
that's
he
exactly
is.
what I think he
You're
is.
just
Yeah.
spending an hour telling me he's a dirtbag.
Yeah. Thanks for
It should be called Brett Favre is a dirtbag.
I mean, it's close enough. The fall of Favre is close enough.
Yeah, Fall of Favre.
Fall of Favre.
Here is an hour why you should never like this guy.
Hey, that's tough.
He was awesome, though. The football highlights are cool.
Dude,
Brett
he
Favre
was
was
so
cold.
awesome.
He won 3 consecutive MVPs.
Yeah, dude, Brett
Favre
Favre was
cold.
awesome.
See, that's I guess people like
The
the ones that are
gunslinger.
like, the people that are like Williams generation and like the
Yeah, they just want to remind everybody, hey,
Yeah.
man,
Hey,
this guy
Williams.
is not worthy of hero worship.
This dude sucks.
Yeah. This guy sent his little gray weenie pic to You remember when they had that on Deadspin? Everybody was like, "Oh my God, that's Brett Favre's wiener."
That's
terrible.
You can't stop
That's
the winner.
the worst thing that ever happened to him.
It really is.
Yeah.
You can't put the wiener pick out there, bro.
No.
That shit lives forever.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing that lives forever, bro.
Bad deal.
A bad
deal.
wiener pick.
All right, so hey, we got all the SEC, college football, everything. Like all these schedules dropped today.
Let's go.
Memphis announced 6 of their games.
We got no 11 a.m. games, right?
None.
Perfect.
No, Troy at Troy.
Okay, that's a road game. I'm good
at
on that.
Troy.
I'm good on that.
They announced Chattanooga at Georgia State, which is a Saturday night game. Rice is on Halloween night at home.
That's lit.
No, that's terrible.
No, it's not.
That's terrible.
How?
Okay, you speak as a guy that doesn't have a family.
Oh, you're right.
It's terrible.
Oh, you can't take the kids, huh? The kids.
Nobody can.
Yeah, but you can take the
What
kids.
kid wants to go to a freaking Halloween at the Liberty Bowl? It's horrible.
Trick or treat with the Tigers.
That's terrible.
It's like a real
Trick or
night.
treat with the Tigers, bro.
That's a yeah.
Okay, you should really work in their department.
Marketing department.
That's
Trick or treat.
awful.
Trick or treat with the Tigers.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Pouncer's gonna throw you a Tootsie Roll, kid.
Yeah, catch it.
Who cares?
Catch it.
Okay. We got Tulane in the Membrane. That's a Friday night. That's the good one. Friday night, November 7th.
8 o'clock.
That's the one I circled where I was like, okay, this is a fun one. Yeah, because Friday night game.
Yeah, ESPN too. I see
Hopefully it's not up against the Grizzly game.
Hopefully.
November 7th, because the season will have just started.
Hopefully we have a good record. The Tigers have a good record, so you plan
Correct.
for something by then.
Yes, November 7th. And then they're playing Thanksgiving night.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Against Navy.
That's a crappy game. Here?
Yep.
Here.
That's lame. You're not the egg
Halloween
bowl.
Bro, we
and
play
Thanksgiving.
Halloween and Thanksgiving night.
You're not the egg bowl. Yeah, that's lame.
You don't think Memphis versus
Yeah.
Navy has the same?
Not
No,
the
I
egg
didn't have
bowl.
the same gravitas as the egg
Doesn't?
bowl. No, I didn't hit the same.
All right, look, there was a bunch of them that I wrote down. Week 1, by the way, is unbelievable. There's no warm up for college football season. Friday night of the first week on August 29th is Auburn at Baylor. Great. Then by the time we get to Saturday, the 11 o'clock game, the big noon game, is Texas at Ohio State.
This is week 1?
Yes.
Oh, we out the gate.
August 30th, Syracuse versus Tennessee in Atlanta.
Okay.
We also have that day, Alabama at Florida State is at 2:30. Then by the time we get to nighttime, LSU at Clemson.
Yeah.
Bro, that is ridiculous.
Nussmeier versus Klubnik.
That is
Off
ridiculous.
the dribble is crazy.
That's-
week 1.
Week 1, that was the thing that stood out to me. I'm like, oh my God, week 1 is. Usually we get like a couple dinky games, and then we get a Monday night game.
We get South Carolina
On
versus
Labor Day,
South
right?
Carolina versus Vanderbilt.
They don't list a Monday night game on here. I don't see a Monday night game. I don't know if there is one. That Labor Day night, there's typically been one, right?
Talking about that.
Yeah, hasn't there typically been one on Monday night?
Yeah.
Labor Day night?
Let
I
me
guess there isn't one.
Hold on.
Because it's also loaded beyond. It's also loaded.
We
prior
got
to that.
TCU. Talking about that to September 1st.
Yeah.
You got TCU North Carolina. So you got the debut
Oh,
of
Belichick.
Bill Belichick's debut.
Oh,
and
that's the Monday night game?
Yeah. Then Sunday night you got Notre Dame, Miami.
Bro, how about this for
Carson Beck at Miami
so
now.
then the other thing that I jotted down when I was scrolling through all of these different schedules that dropped today, how about this? Week 3, how about this for a triple header on ABC? Wisconsin, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, LSU.
Man,
Week
that's
3?
early.
Week 3.
What's the date?
That is
September 13th.
Okay.
That's September 13th.
Yep.
Then you got Florida,
Oh,
LSU.
also that same day, that night, where it's Florida at LSU.
Yep.
Also that night, Texas A&M at Notre Dame.
I may have to go to that.
You got Arkansas, Ole Miss.
And Arkansas at Ole Miss. And Vandy at South Carolina, which is Diego Pavia v.
My guy with the glasses. I love him.
What's this dude's name?
South Carolina's quarterback.
Dang, what's that dude's name? It's in the tip of my tongue. He wore number 16.
Sellers.
Sellers, yeah.
Lenore Sellers.
Lenore Sellers.
With the glasses.
Yeah, number 16. I remember him.
Yeah. They're saying he could be a big pro prospect.
They got like a DN on their team that's super cold, too.
Dude.
They do. He was a true freshman last year.
I will say this, I don't know what's going on with all the scheduling and all this stuff that's changed, whatever, but like, dude, the first 4 weeks of the season are unbelievable.
We get it cracking.
Like right off the bat in college football. That first Saturday, the first game we get is Texas-Ohio State.
Let's go.
Arch Manning at Ohio State.
I love it.
That is unbelievable.
I love it, baby.
Is it Dylan Stewart? Is that the
That's
defensive
his name.
end
Dylan Stewart, that's his name.
for
Yep.
South Carolina? He's going to be a true sophomore.
Week one.
I love it. I love it.
Week one, we get Auburn at Baylor on Friday night. Then we wake up Texas at Ohio State, Alabama at Florida State, and then LSU at Clemson. That's the first Saturday.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
I love it, baby.
Unbelievable.
Let's get it
No
cracking
easing
early.
into college football season. So anyway, all the schedules dropped today. If you want to find those online, it's truly unbelievable. It gets you excited about upcoming football season.
Then you got the trailer for College Football 26 dropping today.
I did see the trailer.
With Enter Sandman?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they put the coaches in the game this year.
Yeah,
so now you can like slander coaches in real life. The real question is, Vernon, you know there's one little tidbit about this game, right?
What?
Do you know that Bill Belichick was never in a Madden game?
Is that true?
He was never in a Madden game. It was always New England coach.
Oh, wow.
So the question is, did they
Will Bill Belichick be
in College Football 26?
If his 24-year-old girlfriend said he could.
As long as she's in it. And gets a
She's standing on the side next to him.
No, that would be crazy.
Dude, that would be
She's standing on the sideline next to him.
Yo,
She's standing on the next side next to him in a halter top.
Yes, I'm with it. I love it. But no, I can't wait, bro. I played it yesterday. I was like, I can't wait for this game.
Yeah, no, that game is going to be unbelievable. Because they'll even make improvements too. And that was, I would say, of all the sports games that come out, that was the one that was most unanimously beloved. Yeah. Everybody, all the 2K people bitch about 2K. Yep. All the Madden people bitch about Madden. All the, the golf people bitch about the golf games.
Yep.
College football was beloved. Everybody that played that loved that game. Loved it.
Loved it.
For good reason. It's amazing.
And then this year we got, I hope, Vernon, I need you to tap in this year. I know last year, you couple weeks. We got cross-play on Dynasty mode this year, bro. I need you to tap in. Because you played like 2 weeks last year. He got on out of it, Roser.
I couldn't keep up.
You couldn't keep up. We played one game a week.
I'm not a gamer.
No, but it's also because it also bleeds into basketball season. And once basketball season starts.
You know why you guys lost me? No. You know why you lost me? Turn off all that recruiting crap.
You have to.
No, I'm not doing that.
It's a part of it.
I'm not doing it. I don't care about that.
You
I
have
want
to
play
get
football.
players.
I don't want to do all that.
This is not 1971.
I don't care about
football.
the story of it all. I don't want to. No.
You have to build your team.
Simulate it. I don't want to go out and recruit.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You have to.
All right, then I'll just play Dungeons and Dragons or whatever. Whatever.
You can simulate your recruiting. Your team just might be ass.
Yeah, I don't want that either. I don't want an ass team. I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
Can we just play?
Somebody in the chat said hire William to do it.
Can we just play?
We can.
Not, you know what?
Hire my son.
Don't hire him. Just tell him to do it.
Yeah, he's got to do it.
Yeah. Like I pay for your school. I pay for your place to live. I pay for your food.
To me anyway.
Once a week, William. Get on the recruiting.
He's mad. He's mad at the world right now. He don't want. He's not going to help me.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all right,
he's going to
William.
driving school this week.
Yeah.
That was my worst night.
Dude, I picked him up from driving school.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was the most, it was the most, they take your phone away the whole day. They take your phone away. And you just sit in there for 8 hours.
I'll be hot.
Oh, he hated it.
Yeah.
It was like being in prison.
They don't even take their phones away at school.
I know.
So
it's for real like being in prison.
No, for real.
And you know the only thing I said to him, I turned around and I said, don't you ever forget about this. I said, look at me, Will. He has to move his headset so he can hear me, of course. Dumbass. And I looked at him and I said, buddy, don't you ever forget this.
Your mom signed you up for this.
It wasn't me.
They do it for today's show. Thanks to Devin Walker. Thanks to John Rose for crossing glass. Thanks to Jalen back in the studio. Till tomorrow. We gone.